Hey guys, I'm pretty excited about this power system that I just built. And really simply, I want to show you how you're going to unpack it and set it up to get into the software. So basically, it's going to come to you like this. There's going to be 3 fasteners on this side. One is just a handle. The other 2 are in to be removed. Middle one is for your access. Anderson on this side. So you're going to open it up. Inside this case is going to contain the LCD screen that is needed for viewing the status of battery. On this particular one, I put the fork connectors on just so you can connect it easier, and we're going to connect it real quick just to show you what's going on with that. Also inside the pack, you're going to receive a momentary button like this, and I'll show you what that's for. But so there's that. Inside this unit, switching sides, you've got a red, which is your 12 volt hot. This is your positive coming off of the DC to DC. I also put some tape on this particular model with red so that you know this is your 12 volt hot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hook up what would be installed on your end, and you use whatever switch you feel like using. Here I'm using a latching switch, and I'm just going to connect the 2, make sure it's off. I'm going to go from ground. If you look on the right side of this terminal, opposite of the positive is the ground side. This ground side is where you're going to connect your open-closed switch. Now we have the monitor. The monitor has an RCA for an input. This monitor also has a few other things, features that you'll have to explore, because I haven't even explored all of the features yet. That's going to plug into the video out of the computer. We're going to connect the positive for this monitor to the 12 volt side of this 48 volt system. At the same time, we're just going to go ahead and make things happy with a ground also on the common side. So we're going to call this the common side ground. That's where you're going to switch on and off. So once that switch receives its on or off, open closed command, which I'm going to do here. So we just turned it on. We have 12 volts feeding this monitor on a 48 volt system, so you have to consider. Now, where the momentary switch comes in, I already have that for the sake of not creating a long video. I already had it pre-wired. The momentary switch is used to cycle back between the screen that shows the individual 16 cells that are contained in the system. So on this screen here, you're looking at all 16 cells, 1 through 15, 1 being on the right hand side going back to 8, 9 being the 16 on this side. So the positive side here is going to be your 16. There's 16 cells, going to be the last one the positive is connected to. Underneath this blue C bus is a 250 amp A&L fuse, and you've got a 350 amp rated Gigavac. This is the military grade, the MX version, not the GX, but the MX is a good unit. Holds at a very low current. This is the Elite Power Solutions battery management that ties in with the GBS Elite management, or Elite batteries that are contained in this box here. There's 16 prismatic cells. They're 100 amp hour cells, so there's about 5.2 kilowatts of energy in this unit, wired in series to 48 volts, operating at a max charge voltage of about 58 volts. And it's a pretty cool system. Just and a momentary switch cycles between, there's your capacity, which when you look at this screen, you'll see that we have basic capacity at the top. We have current going in and going out on one bar, so it doesn't see anything through the shunt, so it's just sitting there. Once you turn the system on and give it a full charge, this is going to reset to 100% capacity. And that's about it. So you cycle back to you got two different screens, your capacity and your individual cell management. Also with this system you have flush mount Anderson. I kind of believe in not having things sticking out, wires and things like that. Just add the problem. So I built this one with a flush mount Anderson. It also contains enough room for growth. I'm not sure what that growth would entail, but it has room for it. And that's basically it. It's a 16 cell lithium iron magnesium phosphate system. And this thing can punch, well right now it's limited at 250 amps, but it could punch over 300 amps at 48 volts, no problem. Within capacity, it could even punch up to 1,000 amps at 48 volts. This is unbelievable. Good batteries. That's basically it. There's really not a lot to it. The negatives are on the right hand side of this block. 12 volt positive is on this block. The 12 volt is received by this 48 volt DC to DC converter. It's stepping it down to 12 volts. So, and this computer gets 12 volts on its input side, which controls our 12 volt relay. The other side is high voltage, which is monitoring the high voltage side, which gives us our voltage up here. So it's looking at high voltage on the left hand side of the ABC to register our voltage on this screen. Removing or disassembling the battery would be done in this fashion. You would take these carriage nuts, I believe that's what they're called, can't think of it, not going to get too lost in the terms, but they slide down and simply tighten down, hold everything together. The box is designed with a tongue and groove type of key slot arrangement, so the box itself is sort of held together by itself, and these cables and or rods or tensioning rods are just basically holding everything in place. Quite simply, let's go ahead and take it from this state and we'll shut it down. So right now, boom, we're shutting it down. We're going to just remove the monitor from our 12 volt bus. Let's remove our monitor ground. Let's remove our switch. Tighten that bus out. Remove the other negative switch. And that's basically it. The system just... I'm going to leave that connected for the sake of reference. Actually, you know what? I'm going to disconnect it. I don't like any bare wires moving around inside our system, so I'll just wrap that up. Pack that a little prettier. Get rid of the switch. We're not sending that. And then quite simply to close it up, part of this whole package are the other part of the Anderson connector with 8 feet of 2-aught cable with the big heavy lugs on the end of those, all soldered. So it's pretty cool setup. So that's it. Thanks for paying attention. This is Damian from Sure Power Solutions. Check you later.